Hello, everyone. This is Vicki Hacking and Hannah Wachter, and I'm having Hannah as my guest today. She has consented to share some of her secrets and how she's doing her business. I have to tell you, I'm a great fan because she has come on board and she has taken this business to new heights. And I just can't believe what she's doing. So I said, Hannah, will you share some of your secrets with us on how you're doing your business on Facebook and just help us, because for me, I'm learning the business all over in a new way. So Hannah lives in the great state of Oregon. She lives in the Portland area, and she has just been earning the bonuses and been doing so many, building people and building teams. That's what it's all about in Jafra. So Hannah, will you help us and show us, just share some of your wisdom with us, because this will help a lot of people. Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah. I'm so happy. No, I feel super honored that you've asked me to be on the call and to just share some of my experience. So hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Hannah Wachter, and I have been working Jafra as a business for about 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in the fall. I'm a district manager 3, hopefully going to be a district manager. Oh, I'm a district manager 2 right now. Hopefully going to be a district manager 3 very soon here, and a district director. So just absolutely loving Jafra. We have such an amazing opportunity. And I was actually just on a call with somebody else earlier and saying to them that I think, COVID has been a challenge for a lot of us in a lot of different ways, but there has been a lot of cool and unique silver linings during this time. And I think one of those silver linings is that I think that as Jafra consultants and leaders, we have a really unique opportunity to share our business. We can still share our business online. People can still shop from us. It's been a huge boost in my business and allowed people to shop from me. And it's helped me to kind of pivot my business model a little bit to using Facebook and Zoom and social media and other things like that to still do parties, still introduce the product, and have people still experience and learn about Jafra. So I just want you to know that you can do Facebook parties, do Zoom parties, and still be equally successful and have just a great time doing it, and your clients can still have a really great experience. So I think, Vicki, you want me to specifically share about Facebook predominantly, right? And how I've been using Facebook to kind of...
Yes. Whatever you're doing that you think would help the different Jafra leaders on how to do business. And I know you're doing Facebook parties. I know you're doing Zoom parties and boosting. I don't understand boosting. So anyways, we just need help.
Sure. No worries. So I'll start first with Zoom parties to Facebook. So prior to COVID, what I would do is whenever I had a Facebook party with a hostess, I would typically go into Facebook and create an event and have an event page. And basically I would just kind of lead up to the in-person party a little bit, post some facts about Jafra, just some information, encourage them to RSVP and show up in person. Then since COVID, I did use the event page as the actual event. And my first step that I tried was, posted facts about the party, encouraged participation in the same way. And I can go back in a minute and show you one of my earlier parties. I'll show it to you on Facebook, but encouraged participation, played some games, if you will, made it fun, still did all my hostess coaching like normal. But what I would do is I would take the party and I would stream from Zoom to Facebook. So when you have a paid account in Facebook, and L'Oreal can show you more technical details about this, but when you have a paid Zoom account, you can stream live to YouTube and to Facebook. And so I would just stream the Zoom meeting to Facebook, and it shows up on Facebook in the event like a Facebook Live. And I did that with I probably did that 4 or 5 times with a launch party, well, actually with 3 launch parties and an actual party of my own. And it still got really great results. Like I had, you know, lots of like 600 in sales for some of the launch parties, a couple sponsors. And then for one of my launch parties, I did not stream it live to Facebook, and we just did the party on Zoom. So in the same way that I would, you know, do the build up and the lead up to an in-person party, we did the same kind of lead up and momentum build to the Zoom event, and just made sure that the hostess and everybody knew how to log into Zoom, had the app or whatever they needed to do to be able to access Zoom. And that party went really, really well. I actually got 2 sponsors and over $400 in sales with that. I didn't have, that was, okay, actually I had 2 parties like that. One had sponsors and 400 in sales, and the other had $800 in sales. So, and none of the women had samples in their hands to try the product. None of the women, they weren't even experiencing the product. It's not like I even mailed them sachet cards or anything. We just had some really good interaction in the Facebook event group. And so what I'll do is I'll show you one of the events, and you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to log into Facebook because I don't have it open right now. Can you see my screen, Vicki?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. So just for like very basics, when I'm talking about an event page, when you're on your home screen like this, you can just go right up here. Here's my name, right? So you see your own personal name, you have home. It's good. Don't even worry about that. But then you go to create, and you have this option here to create a page. That's where you create your business page. And then if you know, the 4th one down is an event. And that's what I'm talking about. So even when I was doing in-person parties before this, I created events, and the hostess would invite all of the guests she wanted to have at the in-person party. She'd invite it to the Facebook event. She'd learn a little bit about Jafra, and then we do the in-person party.
Can we do an event right now, just a pretend one?
Sure, yeah. So yes, that's great. That's a great like walkthrough. So this is the screen that pops up, and you can upload a photo. I would definitely recommend uploading a Jafra photo. So let's see. I'm going to go to my Jafra socials. I have a folder that is specifically for Jafra social media, for Facebook, and then Facebook covers. So let's just upload the new one from Jafra. And what I do is I literally go to Jafra Cosmetics Facebook page. I click on their Facebook cover, and I download it to my computer, and that's what I use every month. So every month when Jafra changes their Facebook cover photo, I change my Facebook cover photo in my VIP groups and in my and on my business page. So let's just say Vicki's Summer Jafra Beauty. That's a really long title. You don't have to have them that long. Now, this is a new thing that Facebook has done. You can click now on Facebook if this is an online event, and you can even select which format. So if you were going to do it on Zoom, you could put in your Zoom link here. So I could type in my Zoom link if I wanted to. Right here. You just, copy paste your Zoom link, drop it right in there.
Because the Zoom link would have the live video, has a video that you've already done, right?
So the Zoom link would be where they will go and log in to do the live event with you. The way that I logged in right now to do Zoom with you, that's what you would click to log in to do the Zoom party with you.
Okay.
So, right. So instead of putting the hostess's address to her real house here, putting in the Zoom link, which is the new address. So it's like, let me see, let me move this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take your Zoom link right here, Vicki. Put it here, let's see if I can copy it. It won't let me, hold on. Move this. Oh, come on.
There we go.
No, it's not working. Save link address. Let me see if that'll work. Hold on. Okay, now I'm gonna move this control thing over here. I'm gonna put your link in. Yay, it did it. Okay, so that now is like the party place. That's where everybody needs to go to do the party now.
Okay, so it's going to take you in so, okay, I got it. I can see it. I can see it now.
Yeah, and then when I create the event, I'll show you what I mean. So we're gonna say, yay, it's a learn about Jafra. And in the description, and I'll show you in other parties, I have a much, like a standard description that I copy and paste into every party or event that I normally do for Jafra. So I don't really reinvent the wheel. If it's a spa party, I change a couple things. If it's skincare, I change it to that specific skincare line. But in this description section, you know, you'd want to put your website link, you know, so I'd want to put, you know, jafra.com and my website link, and then whatever else information you really want your guests to know.
Right, website link is very important. Very
correct. Yes, totally. So I'm going to set our
text, and also would you put down like you can text me at whatever?
Yeah.
I definitely want to put your cell phone, a texting number in there so that they can.
Totally.
Yeah, okay.
Totally, yes. Absolutely. Any information that you really want them to, so however they could contact you to place an order. Yes, you know, put your phone number in there. Put
what about the link to the Jafra brochure? Do you put that in there?
You know, I usually make that a separate post in the actual event, but yeah, why not? Why not put the catalog brochure link right there for them to have? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great idea. So you could put, this is just a mock thing. So we could write, you know, you could put your phone number in here. You could put your, you know, catalog link. Absolutely. Those are great things. And then, you know, whatever product description or what party description of whatever product you're focusing on.
Okay.
So it would go in here. Okay. So this is a really cool thing. So I set the party for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So that the party's live, and you can later invite your consultants and leaders to this event if you want on Facebook, just so they can see like an example. But I never really do this add schedule button. That's like literally adding like at 4 o'clock we're going to do this, at 5 o'clock. We don't need to do that. But what I am going to do is this co-host box here is very important. You always want to make your hostess your co-host. So Vicki, you're my hostess. So I'm going to make you my co-host on this event. And that's going to give you access to inviting your friends. And when you do a Facebook event, you need to make sure to tell your hostess, when you're doing your hostess coaching, that she needs to accept the invite to the event and then accept the prompt to be a co-host. So it'll send her a notification. Hannah has invited you to your beauty bash. They need to click accept, and then they need to accept being a co-host once they're in the event, and that usually pops up at the top of their screen. I like to leave these 2 boxes checked down here. So that means, when you invite your guests, and let's say you invite Lori Alley, she's one of your guests. Well, Lori Alley wants to invite Jackie Geisinger. So Lori can invite Jackie Geisinger if she wants. So guests can invite friends. And of course we always say bring a friend along. So of course we want them to invite their friends that we think would be interested. And I always encourage my hostesses to do that too. And then the show guest list is just seeing who's actually coming to the party, and everybody can kind of see who's coming to the party. So now we're going to create our private event, and it's going to take us right to that page. And I know my computer's a little slow right now, but here we go. So now it brings up the event page. You can see the beautiful header that we put in there. It's telling me that, Vicki, you need to accept my request to be my co-host. And I haven't invited anybody yet, but usually I typically, before I even invite people, I write something in the post here like, welcome. I'm so excited to teach you about Jafra. And I usually post my website link in there as well again, and I'll maybe even post the pictures of the brochure for that current month. So I would post all the images for the July brochure here or something like that.
And also all those things that we are getting all the time on WhatsApp, or Jafra's giving us the lipsticks and all these things are good.
Yes.
That would be the perfect place to keep posting, right?
Yes, yes.
The more you post, the more it's going to create interest, right, for those that are coming.
Absolutely right. So I'm just going to post, you know, a couple pictures here. So I do something like this, you know, I go in, I have them all saved, and then I just add them to the image, and then I post that. And then I set up 1 or 2 posts that's already in there, so that before I tell my hostess at the group the event is created, because once she creates the group and she starts inviting people, or the event, once she starts inviting people, then, you know, people are going to be in there, and I want them to have something to look at already. So that's why I put in a post first. So you can see sort of what's happening here. And whenever
yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering, you are going to show us how you go in and invite people, because basically it's going to look at your list, all the people you know, right?
Yes. So now there's 2 you can see here too. So Vicky's Summer Beauty Bash, and then right here is the invite button. That's for me as the event creator, I believe. And then so you can either go here and invite people, and now it's going to pull up my entire friend list. Who do I want to invite? You know, so maybe I want to invite Sally. I thought I was friends with Sally, but maybe I'm not friends with Sally. But you know, I want to invite Sally. I want to invite those people. And then so that's one way to do it. Or you can again go down here, because again, I have my invite list right here. So I can come over here and hit invite, and it's going to pull up the same image again of all the people that I can invite. Now, in my experience, I have found that just hitting invite and having your hostess invite everybody on her friend list does not get the same results as her going here and up to the URL of Facebook up here, copying the event link itself, you know, so copying it and then going to her personal messages and saying, you know, typing into Vicky.
Got it.
Vicky, I'm so excited, you know, about my Jafra party.
So you're sending them a personal message.
Yes.
Sam saying,
exactly.
I hope you can come, and here's the link.
Yes, yes, right. And then you paste the link in there, and the event itself just pops right up, and it shows them this pretty picture, and all they have to do is click it and accept. That gets a better result in terms of people who are going to show up and participate in the actual event, because they feel special because you took the time to personally invite them. You didn't just spam blast them. So
yeah, blast them.
Right. So when you're doing your hostess coaching with Facebook events, really tell your hostess to do the personal message, because it works so much better. The way she would pick up the phone and call her friends to say, hey, can you come to my house and experience Jafra? It's the same thing, just a little bit different medium. So that's how you set up an event. That's how you, you know, invite people. And then, you know, you just do your posts, and you can use your posts from Jafra, the Jafra Virtual Business Hub. They've given us party outlines and what pictures to pair with what. So I think that's a really great basic place to start in terms of content, about like if you're going to do Revitalize or Defy or whatever. I want to show you a past party that I have done to kind of give you an idea of what the interactions are like and some of the other things that I've done. I'm gonna go all the way back here. Okay, so this party here, the Sip and Shop with Tina, this party was an $800 party for me, and they didn't, nobody tried or touched any product before they bought it. So here's a great example of my description. So it's like, hey, Tina's friends and family, we're gonna invite you to a Sip and Shop event. And I said something like, you're going to turn your Corona-cation into a spa-cation. And I said, you know, it's crazy out there in the world, so just come to this event where we can do some self-care. You can learn about skincare. We have makeup and fragrance and spa products. Join us on Sunday. We're going to be, I don't think I said this here. I should have, but I said, you know, we're going to be doing a live Zoom. So join us on Zoom. We look forward to seeing you, that kind of thing. You can see here in the event, I put my link, and they should be able to click it. Sometimes it's really funny. I did this wrong originally. So I'm going to go back and look at the party we just made for you. But this should actually be a live link that they can click. And maybe we can't click it because it's in the past. But if for any reason too, you can put your link, the Zoom link, in this description place as well, so that they know where to go at that time. So you can see, I went in the group, I did Facebook Lives in the group because I announced winners and things like that for some product giveaways I did, you know, a thank you to my hostess. I'm gonna try and scroll down to the bottom of the party. So sorry for all that, you guys. But let's see. Okay, so this was the Zoom stream to Facebook Live. So you can see what that looks like a little bit.
So that's the actual party. That's the party that went on like at a certain time. Everything else before that is teasers. You're just teasing them to come.
Correct. So this is the actual party with product demo and event, and it's in Zoom. You can see the Zoom thing down here, but I just streamed it to Facebook Live. And it was great, and I put my link up here for people to go back in and shop, you know, and the reason why I did it this way is because if people can't come to the Zoom event, they can still go back to the Facebook event and watch it live and still learn about Jafra and learn about the product. So that's why I did it like that, so that people could still experience it if they wanted to later.
So these little ones that you're doing, those are ones that you've done on Zoom. They're little, you're talking about Jafra. Before there, I saw that you put in, and those were that you did those on Zoom, and then you copied the link from Zoom and put it in there. And then when they hit that, it's going to take them right to that Zoom live link, right? Just kind of like YouTube. In other words, it makes a kind of, Zoom makes a YouTube, you might say, and it actually goes. So all these little teasers are you telling them that they should come to the party, right? Teasers.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm playing games, you know, with them. So I did like, here's a chance to win, because I offered one product from each of the 4 departments. And so, you know, I had games. If you were stranded on a deserted island and you could only have one cosmetic product, what would it be? You know, just to get people engaged and interested in interacting.
Where did you find those games? I mean, did you come up with them on your own, or did you go get help?
You know, one of them I came up with, but if you want to look up Facebook party games, go to Pinterest and literally type that in. Type in Facebook online party games, and a whole bunch of games will come up. And it's super fun, and people love them and love to participate in them. So here's me teasing about one of the products, one of the raffle gifts I was going to give away. So I posted that picture, another raffle gift. What I want to show you though is so these things here, what's your greatest skincare concern? That drives engagement too with people. And let me see, you go back in and you make comments to people. You say, oh, well, then you should try the Defy Eye Cream. If one of your greatest concerns is dry skin around the eyes, okay, try the Defy Eye Cream. So you go in and you're making all these comments back to them, kind of planting seeds about what they want to purchase with you. So let's see, what else did I do? Okay, here's another party game I had. If you had a talk show, who would your first 3 guests be, right? And that has nothing to do with Jafra. It just gets people interested in the party, gets participation, because then as I'm going along, they're still seeing other things about Jafra, and they're still learning about Jafra. So like this. I said, here's a solution to your pedicures. And you guys saw that video I did about this. So, you know, I posted stuff like that. I posted, here's a special offer I posted from April, right? Those teasers like, oh, don't miss this special. Here's the Mother's Day gift guide, because this was back in April. You know, here's a great 3 for $20 deal. So I did all of that kind of stuff because for this party, I was focusing more on spa than I was skincare. So I did a lot of spa items. Again, here's another game from Jafra. How well do you know your hosts? And it's like the person who has the most answers gets it right. So the way that you drive engagement is by saying to them too, whoever participates the most and makes the most comments gets a gift. I did like introduce yourself and show me that you're here. So I posted a selfie of me and introduced myself to them the way I would if I was with them in person. And then I encourage them to post a picture of themselves and show me who they are. So I get to kind of know them. You can see that I had 43 comments on this one post because everybody was posting selfies and, you know, kind of showing me who they are. So I get to know my guests because I'm not doing that in person in the same way, right? So it's just another way of trying to connect with them. So that always goes over really well.
Now, is this during the party actually happening, or is this all part of the pre-party?
This is all part of the pre-party. So I created it. That's a really great question. I created the event probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before the actual party. And then before the actual Zoom meeting together. So I'm slowly over time kind of teasing them a little bit more and more and more about Jafra and introducing Jafra. And I said, here's the different skincare line. So I showed those special offers. I'm just kind of slowly showing them about Jafra. And then as we get closer and closer to the actual time, then I post more regularly. Like I'll post 2 or 3 times a day versus just once a day a week or so before the party. Does that make sense? So it's like kind of ramping up involvement, if you will. So this was one Facebook event that I just did. So you can take all of these kinds of ideas and you know, what are you most excited to learn about in this party? And I said, the more answers you give, the more points you get towards winning, you know, these treats and stuff like that.
Oh, you also teased on here what you're going to be giving away during the party. So that's going to totally drive them coming. And so we're basically saying, this is the product, Royal Almond, the body lotion. I'm going to be giving this away, and this is what we use it for, and blah, 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 right? So that it creates interest.
Exactly. Like this with the like here's the number 2 contest giveaway. I'm going to give you the Boost. Someone's going to win the Boost cleanse and tone wipes. These wipes are amazing. Let me tell you a little bit about them. You know, have you gotten your entries in yet? Have you commented today? Have you done the things you need to do to get more entries into the raffle to get that kind of stuff? So absolutely, I'm doing that the entire time. Yes.
So can you put a hashtag in front of something like you just did on that one there? What does that mean, the hashtag that you put in front?
You know, in an event, it doesn't really matter because hashtags, if that was my business page, that would work because sometimes people follow hashtags or will click on a hashtag and you can see the whole thread of whoever has used that hashtag. So if I said hashtag Vicky Hacking, people could click on that and it would open up a whole list of the things that you've done, or like it being like every post where you've ever tagged your name. That's not really relevant necessarily in this group setting because hashtags are kind of a way to get people to find you. Because if I follow a hashtag, if I follow the Jafra Cosmetics hashtag, and then I see that Vicky Hacking's posted something and I like your post, then I might start following your business page. But in this setting, it doesn't matter really. I don't know. I don't hashtag anymore in parties because it doesn't
Okay, but I just wondered. That's good. There might
Yeah,
be some of us wondering about it. So
yeah,
whenever you're doing something on your business page, you should use hashtags. Like
absolutely.
if you're going to have one of your consultants that you're going to honor or say something about, you should hashtag right before her name so that people can hit on it and go to anything about her.
I wouldn't hashtag her name necessarily. What I would do is like hashtag recognition, hashtag confidence, hashtag leadership, because those are popular terms that people will search by, and then they'll click that and they'll see that, oh, Vicki Ambassador, she commented on that. That's really cool. What does she do? And then they'll go to your page and look at your page, and if they like that, then they'll follow you.
Okay.
So so that's kind of what I've been doing at events. So so I started out doing this where I was doing Zoom to Facebook and streaming, and that worked for a while, and it's a really great way to still do parties online. You can do that. Since then, I have switched from doing it that way to doing it via Facebook Lives. So just Facebook Lives, no
Zoom.
No Zoom. So let me show you the party I just did. Now the party I just did is like graduate level Facebook parties. So I'm not gonna overcomplicate it too much, but I want to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom. And you can see here, I've done, let me see, I'm trying to show. So this is another great game that you can play, these this or that games. This is really fun. People love this. This is a really popular trend right now, this or that. And it's like with anything, it's like red nail polish or pink nail polish, or, you know, outfits with flowers or outfits with stripes. Like this is just a really popular trend for Facebook online direct selling groups. So it doesn't matter if it's like Color Street or LuLaRoe or whatever. This is like a really trendy thing. So these this or that games are super popular. So if you have an event and you just want to get some engagement, use those images from Jafra in the Virtual Business Hub, because people love them and eat them up. But what I want to show you is a Facebook Live. So instead of doing a product demo where they get on Zoom, I'm sorry to scroll like this much. This was a live, I'm not gonna do that live because that's not a really great example. But this is a live where I demoed makeup and I showed people how to apply their contour and highlight while talking about the Jafra Royal color. Because like for that day, I was doing only posts about Jafra Royal makeup. So instead of inviting people to a Zoom room, my leaders and I, all we did was Facebook Lives. And people just had to tune in and watch the Facebook Live. So this was a live demo for makeup. Another one of my leaders jumped in there and did a live demo about the men's line and the Boost line. I had another leader do Revitalize, and then the first day I did Defy. And so this is another great way to do parties as well, because video content is the most watched content on Facebook. People love lives. They just do. They just tune in and they just love participating and asking questions in a live setting. I'm just trying to find, this party was insane. So please, I know I'm scrolling fast, so just ignore that. But it worked really, really well. Here's to get engagement and to get responses and to even just demo the product. So, you know, I did a Defy demo on the back of my hand with some makeup, and that worked out really, really well. So anyways, this is kind of confusing. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all of this.
Where am I going to go to do a Facebook Live? Because here we are, we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
So how?
Yeah, that's a great question. So let's go back to events, and let's go back to, oh wait, hold on. I'm getting stuck here. All right, so I'm gonna go back here to Facebook, and now I'm just gonna go over down here to events. You'll always have this left tool handbar here. So I'm going back down to events. I'm going to go to events that I'm hosting. And then here's your event right here. So I'm going to hit this. And I'm going to go live. And the way I do that is even before, so you see this box here where I can write a post. And I can do a couple things. I can write something in here. I can add a photo, or I can go live.
There's live. There's live.
Mm-hmm. And so now I'm gonna go live. So now it's I'm gonna connect my camera. So just make sure it's connected. And then the cool thing is I can come in here and say, hey guys, you know, it's product time. Make sure to shop my website, and then I'll just put my website link one more time. So I'll do, you know, Jafra.com, Hannah Marie, and this is important. Now, let's say you're my hostess. I'm going to tag you in my post. Now, this is important. I know this might be a little advanced too, but when you do your description, I'm going to tag you my hostess so that you know I'm going live. And you can tell when you see that I go live, you're going to jump on because Facebook's going to send you a notification that I'm going live. And that's big because when your hostess jumps on with you, she can tag all of her guests and her friends to also jump on live when you're talking about product.
What about all the other people that are invited to the party? They all get a posting, hey, she's on live, Hannah Marie's on live?
They should get a post. They should get a notification because they're in the event. Yeah. But this will like give your hostess a really special notification that that you're going live, and it's saying I'm with you or whatever. So then you don't have to do this title part. I don't even know why they do that. Let's see, what is it saying? Oh, share in an event. Yes. I don't know why. Okay, so Facebook just recently scheduled. Don't put a third-party video. Oh, I can't go live because we're on Zoom right now.
Right.
And the camera's busy, so it won't let me do that. But all you would have to do is this button would go blue, and then you would just hit go live, and we'd be live. That's how you do it. But let's say you go, yeah, let's say I do this first. Let's say I type in all of this stuff first. You can still hit live video up here, and it will take you back to that live element. Or let's get rid of this link. Or I'm gonna take my website out for a second. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's only an event thing. Yeah. So you would just hit live video up here. Yeah. Okay. That's go live. Mm-hmm.
Wow, Hannah, that's really cool.
Yay! I'm so glad.
I love it. I love the way you took us through it.
Good.
I mean, everyone has a lot of friends that are in their Facebook group. I mean, we all do. And I don't know that I would recommend that they probably invite so many. I don't know that I would invite all my friends at once.
Right.
So I would be careful about that, not just send it out to everybody. I think I would especially send an invitation and find out and then keep adding to it. So that's why it's important you do this party and start it at least a week and a half before the
Correct. It's the same way as if you're in person doing it, right? Like you don't have your hostess just invite everybody the day before. You have her over 2 weeks or something. Start planting seeds. Hey, I'm going to have a Jafra party at my house on this day. I'd love for you to come. You know, because another thing about Facebook is that Facebook is super saturated right now because everybody's on it more than they've ever been before because of COVID, and they're not going out and doing as many things as normal. So a lot more people are on Facebook, and people are getting a lot more notifications than normal. So maybe you invite Sally and she really does want to come, but she missed the notification because she's getting so many other notifications about stuff going on Facebook. So the personal message is really important because she might miss the notification, but she probably won't miss your message. So she'll go in, click the message, follow up with you a little bit better that way. So I really just encourage people to do that extra step of, yeah, sure, go down your list and invite people, but then just say, hey, I just sent you an invite to this event. I'd really love it if you'd come. It'd be so much more fun if you were there. Save the date. Here's a link in case you missed that invitation, and they can click that invitation right then and there and go to the event page. That would be my recommendation. But yes, you're absolutely right, Vicki. We gotta kind of give them a little bit more lead time.
Right, give them more lead time, and also be a little bit, not send it out to all of your friends at once. I think that that's
Right.
important too, to, you know, hand select. Okay, so tell me, could we go to your business page?
Sure.
I'd love to see your business page.
Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, yes, let me show you my business page. Okay, so now I'm gonna leave this page and I'm gonna go over here. So right here is my business page, Stay Royal with Hannah. So I'm gonna click that. And here's my business page. So just like I said, oh, I should have actually kept that for you guys. Just like I said before, whenever Jafra Cosmetics changes their banner cover image, I change mine. So I just literally download it from their page. And you can click on the image, and so you can go to Jafra Cosmetics, click on the banner image, the cover photo, just like that. You right click on your mouse and you just hit save image, and that's how it will save to your computer. And then you put it wherever you want in your folders or wherever.
And it's important to change that, because every time you change that page, it goes out to everybody that you changed the page. So people are continually knowing.
Yes.
It's important that people change their picture on there.
Yes, exactly. Yes, totally.
A lot of notices. Okay, so when people are talking, Hannah, so what do you do with this page? You continually show us, do you add things all the time?
Yeah, I do. So let's see, what are my most recent posts? I posted yesterday that I was booking parties. Let's see, it's gonna pull up here in just a minute. This is all the nonsense stuff. So here at the top of the page, I have a post about our Jafra business opportunity with the video. And I have that pinned to the top of the page so everybody sees it. It's like the first thing they see when they come to my page. So they see this. So I'm always kind of marketing the opportunity. And then I have, our flash sale up here, which is great. I posted the other day, I'm surprised, I don't know why it's not showing, but it should be. But I have my Instagram account for Jafra and my Facebook account connected. And I posted about like book a party now. I'm hosting parties, and so my calendar's filling up. Book a party while you can if you're bored at home. Here I am just doing a Facebook Live unboxing my Jafra stuff. It's like nothing fancy. I'm just opening my most recent Jafra box and talking to people about the products, and they love it. People, like I said, people really like lives. Facebook tells you when you have on your business page, Facebook will tell you what your most popular posts are, and then they'll suggest that you boost it. So you can see here, they told me that I should boost this because it was really popular. Well, I never finished boosting it. But if I were, you would go here to boost posts, because I know you were asking about this. Now you can only boost a post on a business page. You can't boost a post on a personal page, because a boosted post is basically an ad. You're paying for an ad. So what I would do is you first select your objective. So I want to connect and chat with more potential customers. And then you choose a button that's going to appear on your post. And I want people to message me. So I'm going to say, hey, send me a message. And I'll just show you really quickly. The right-hand screen over here is demoing to you what your ad is going to look like. So here, when I just said, send me a message, now they've put this button over here so that when people watch this video, they're like, oh, I like her. I liked that thing she just showed. They can just click that and it will send me a Facebook message and I can get in touch with them. So then,
wait, what's this right here? It says Messenger WhatsApp Business.
So if I had my WhatsApp connected to Facebook.
And so you don't, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, I just
No.
want you to know we don't need to put anything in there. They're going to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Keep it all in one platform. Keep it through Facebook Messenger, right? It's going to simplify your life.
It is.
I'm going to swap back and forth between platforms. So then you can, when somebody messages you, let's say you're at dinner and they send you a message and you're not paying attention, well, you can send them an automated response so they know that, so at least it's like acknowledging them. So this is what the welcome message looks like. So this is that welcome message section over here, and you can edit it. You can have it say whatever you want it to say. You can have it say, oh my gosh, I love Jafra so much. Thanks for reaching out to me. This is where you would change it right here in this section. And you could say, wow, I love Jafra. I'm so glad you do too, or
Yeah.
that kind of thing, whatever you want to say. And then there's these quick questions. So again, Facebook's trying to make it easier for you to figure out what is this person contacting you about. So maybe they saw an ad and I was talking about, our Revitalize line, and the first thing they want to know is, well, how much does that cost? They can just click that and kind of prompt me to know what they're really asking me about, or I'm interested in the business opportunity. Can you tell me more? Can I book an appointment with you? And you can edit these questions too. You can edit it so that people are asking very specific things that you want them to ask you. So I could have someone click this and say, I'm interested in joining Jafra.
Yes.
Can you tell me more?
You tell me more.
I can change the questions to whatever I want.
So instead of an appointment, it could be, can I book a party?
Exactly. Can I book a party? That's great. Exactly. That's a great. Yeah. Can I book a party? That's great. And you can see that it's changed.
One question would be, I want to get free samples or something like that.
Yes. That's great. That's perfect. And I think, so I think you're only allowed 3 questions. So you can just choose whichever questions.
But you want to choose questions that are going to drive them to contact you.
Correct. Yes, exactly. So there we go. So then now my welcome message is edited. That's what it's going to look like. So now we're back to what the main ad is going to look like. I don't do this. I do this special ad category. That's for people who are like realtors or something. We're not. So then this is the really big key with boosting, is choosing your audience. I have lots of different audiences and you can tailor your audiences, but this is a crucial key here. So I have a skincare audience and I'm just gonna edit it to show you how this works. So you come in here, I've titled this audience skincare, and I'm targeting men and women. And I've narrowed the age range from 18 to 55. Now I could go in here and say, I actually want it to be people who are 20 to 50. It doesn't matter. But you can edit it. I could go in here and say, I want only women. I don't want men. I want only women. And then it's up to you. Oh, goodness gracious, can I stop clicking out of it? And then you can come in here and see how, so I didn't save those changes, by the way. And so it went back to my default that I had before. So then I want to choose locations. So you guys can see that I've done a lot of Oregon, right? Because I live in Oregon. I've also chosen California because prior to COVID, my husband and I were traveling to California quite a bit. So I thought, okay, well, I travel to California. So if someone's interested in a party or a skincare sample and I'm down there, yeah, let's meet, let's connect. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., so I have lots of connections in Maryland and in Virginia, and you can see I have Washington, D.C. there, because we also travel back to the East Coast quite a bit. So I want to grow part of my district in those states because I'm over there and why not? And then my sister lives in Philadelphia and I go to Philadelphia quite a bit to visit her too. So places that I go is where I personally want to target my clients. But if you live in Texas or you live in Minnesota or Alaska, wherever you live, you can change these locations. And all you have to do is come in here and type that, like Utah. And what it's going to do is you can see how it pulled up the entire state of Utah, or I could target Provo if I wanted to. And now it's added that to my list up here. So I would encourage people to really think about where you want to target and why. You don't have to target specific cities. You can just leave it and it will go to everybody across the United States, which is also great. But I think sometimes when you really narrow your focus, you get better results. So I personally believe in kind of targeting my locations and being very specific with that, but you don't have to. You can leave it open to the entire United States and just get people from across the board. So that's location. The other cool thing you can so they call it detailed targeting. So now I'm talking about like demographics. So I want people who are interested in beauty. So I'm just going to type beauty in there. I think I already have that as a category. But if I typed beauty, you can see, oh goodness, let me see if I can scroll down.
And aging, anti-aging, yeah. Right?
There we go. Yeah. So let's do this. So I can type exactly. So anti-aging creams. Well, yeah, I want people who are interested in that, you know, so I can just click on that. Or let's say aging. And then I'm going to, we'll see it. So it brings up lots of weird things. It brought up like successful aging. I don't know why I'm typing beep. I saw beep in there. Aging. But you can see that successful aging. Okay, well, yeah, I want to tag people like that because they're probably concerned about their skin. So I want that demographic. See, now it's added it up here as people who are interested in that. You can hit this suggestions button over here. Now they're giving me suggestions of people who are interested in a skincare specialist or interested in Cetaphil, interested in online shopping, interested in a beauty therapist. And you can just select your demographics by hitting those things if you can't think of something. You know, but type in our main, I would say type in our main skincare, our main 4 departments, type in skincare, type in fragrance, see what comes up. With all of these fancy skincare lines here, you want those people who are interested in Bior or, you know, these higher end skincare lines because they might be interested in trying Jafra and maybe they've never heard of it before.
That's great.
So that's a really cool thing. So you can do like people who are interested in, you know, aging, aesthetics, beautiful skin, beauty and makeup. You can do exfoliation, facials, lipstick. You can type all that kind of stuff in there. People who have those interests, you can target them all. And then what's really cool about boosting is at the very end, it says, wow, look at this potential size of people that you could reach. You can reach up to 20 million people. Now, it doesn't mean my ad is actually going to reach 20 million people. I would have to pay for it to hit that many people. But Facebook is telling you, yeah, you've done a really good job of defining that target market that you want to hit. So good for you, you're ready to go. And so then you just come over here. So then it pops up and it looks like this, right after you've done all the defining. You have all your location, your age range, their interests. And then I actually don't even know what this automatic placement thing is. So I'm just going to skip over that because I don't know what that is. But then you can decide, this is the next really important thing. How long do you want this ad to run? I want it to run for 5 days. I want it to run for 2 days. I want it to run until the end of if it's a sponsoring ad, I want it to run until, you know, the 30th of July because I want to get people who might be interested. So you can select your date over here, or you can go into here and say, I want it to end on the 30th. And now it's changed over here, my dates. And then you need to decide your budget. So a lot of people ask, well, how many, so this is what it's telling me. If I do this ad for 14 days and I only pay $5, I'm only gonna probably reach 27 to 78 people a day. Okay, so I'm gonna spend 35 cents a day and the ad will run for 14 days. If I did it for 5 days, like I had it before, I'm going to reach up to 210 people a day, and I'm paying $1 a day. So you just have to decide where you want, how much you want to invest. If I said, no, I'm going to do $15. Okay. Well, now I'm paying $3 a day, and it could reach up to 600 people a day. If I changed it back to 14 days up here, well, now I'm doing $1.07 per day. It's going to reach 230 people. So you have to kind of finesse your numbers. There's no magic number. There's no magic dollar amount, and there's no magic length of days to run an ad. It really is just a luck. It's just like a chance thing that you're going to do. And you really have to know what your own objectives is. Again, so if like you're trying to sponsor people and you want that sponsoring ad up all month, then you would do your thing for 30 days and maybe you'd pay $30 or $25. The thing is, and Gia O'Neill has said this too, but if you're not going out and doing tabletops and paying for a tabletop fee, think of this kind of like that you can spend that same marketing budget that you would for a tabletop, maybe on a Facebook ad, but not all your Facebook ads. Like maybe do it for ones about the opportunity. But if you have like a lighthearted video, like this video about me unboxing stuff, I'm not going to boost it because like, why? It's not, to me, I'm not going to spend $5 on boosting that just so more people can see it, because there was nothing that wow factor about it. It's really popular right now because it's the only video I have on my feed at the moment. But so you just need to decide. And if it's something like a smaller little something or other and you want to boost it, spend $3 or $4 on it. But if it's something that you're like, no, I want sponsors, I want to figure this out, then spend $20, $30 on it. And don't feel bad about that. Because again, like I said, if you're not doing a vendor event that maybe you normally would have done, maybe spend your marketing dollars here.
It's a business write-off.
Yep.
We all make write-offs.
Exactly. So that's how boosting would work. And then once I have all of these things in here, your card is here. So, and if this is your very first time boosting, you would input your card information. Then Facebook would save it. And then I would just hit boost. And then what happens is Facebook will go into, it says, okay, well, your ad is going to be reviewed. And they normally approve most ads. So there's never usually an issue. It's just something they do to make sure that you're not, I don't know, selling something on the black market. They just want to do their due diligence, but they usually approve most boosted posts. So there shouldn't be any issue.
And they want the money.
Exactly. Right. It's to their advantage, right, to have you do that. So, here's a post that came from my Instagram account, and I just shared about Revitalize and all those things. So, I use my business page for Jafra products for encouraging and affirming women. This is one of my new Jafra leaders. She's absolutely amazing. She's wearing her Jafra pin right there. So I loved that picture. So I shared that. It's kind of like, what I tell people is that your business page is kind of like your brick and mortar store for Jafra, right? If we had a physical store, it's where people can walk in and see what your business, what your Jafra business is all about. They can learn a little bit about Jafra, a little bit about the products. They can like window shop, they can browse. Whereas your personal page is your whole entire life and all of those other things too. It's not just Jafra, but your business page is really devoted to just Jafra and the Jafra experience, the products and all of that. Is that helpful?
Oh, Hannah, I just can't tell you how much this has meant to me. Thank you. You've really helped me, and you're going to help thousands of consultants and leaders.
I'm so glad.
And
yay!
It's a wonderful opportunity to be with you, and just thank you so much for this time that you spent with us, because I think that it's kind of like scary I was telling Hannah before the call began, I was telling her how that I'm having to learn how to do my Jafra business all over again. I mean, it's a real stretch. It's change. And as
Yeah.
you get older, change is hard. And so I thought I'm going to reach out to Hannah because she is doing it and she just grasped this business and she has grown so much in such a short period of time. And I know, and then I went to her Facebook party and I thought to myself, how can we learn how to do this? So thank you, Hannah. I reached
You're
out
so welcome.
and you responded, and I just thank you for being on my team. I'm
Yes.
so that you're in my downline. And again, we'll do this again.
Yes, I'd love to.
Yeah. And again, thank you so much. And so we're going to stop the meeting, and I'm going to say again, thank you to Hannah. So
You're welcome.
let me just, well, you know what? I think when I say goodbye to you, because my hour's up.
It will stop. Yep, it will.
It'll just stop. So I'm going to end the meeting. And God bless everybody. Be safe out there, right, Hannah? We want everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
The way to do the business is to get on Zoom, get on Facebook, and earn income and do it do it from your home. So there are such blessings that have come, even though this is a scary time, and and don't watch news, whatever you do. The news is so depressing. But anyway, like I say, connect with Jafra, and remember, we've got all these wonderful calls with Jackie. You want to hear from Hannah again? Go into our Jafra training, because Hannah is always there sharing her ideas and sharing with us. So I'm going to say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Hannah.
Love you. Bye.
We love you.